Hey guys, welcome back. I want to make this video to address just a few little things that were coming up. I was getting some private messages from people and just some other conversations, and this really just got me thinking. And I just came back from the gym, so I'm a little fired up right now. But I was listening to a lot of different things, and I just wanted to make this video as just kind of a mix of advice from a guy who's been through all kinds of different phases in the Bujinkan and all kinds of different trials and challenges and ups and downs and success and failures and everything else. So I'm just going to throw these out there and give you my input on it. This is kind of just like a shotgun approach. So I apologize if it goes a little fast. But I wanted to get this out just to kind of shake some things up a little bit. The first one is just kind of the elephant in the room. It's this motivation. I don't know about you, but I am surrounded by people who are just annoyed or frustrated and depressed and this and doom and gloom and all this kind of stuff. And I know I myself feel it at times. And I know with this whole COVID thing and whether or not we wear a mask, we don't wear a mask, you got to have a vaccination. Now you got to have a booster. And now you got to show your vaccination card. Or now you can have a class, but now you can't have a class. You work in the office. No, now you're working from home. Oh, now they want you to come back to the office. And the economy is dropping. And stock market is tanking, and it's just one thing after another, and people are really being affected by this. And the reason that I'm talking about all these things is because, look, this is a martial arts channel and I talk about martial arts on this channel, but let's be real here, that martial arts only encompass a small part of our life, that we're actually engaged in a real world with real jobs, real families, and real challenges and everything else. But when it comes to motivation, and this is my belief based on my experiences and what works for me, motivation is something you have to generate. There is no thing or person outside of you that is going to motivate you. Sure, maybe there's something that can trigger it in you. Maybe you can be motivated by somebody's attitude or their energy, or maybe there's some fear or some excitement, but it's all internally produced. You have a choice in your mind every day on how you want your perspective to be. You can be a glass half empty or a glass half full, or you can just put more water in the damn glass and drink it. It's motivation is something that it's not a requirement. If you waited to be motivated to go to the gym, if you waited to be motivated to go to class, you are never going to progress. Never, ever, ever. You ask anybody who has ever achieved anything and ask them if they were motivated every day, and they're going to tell you no. In fact, they're going to tell you that they went through some of their darkest periods on the way to their goals. And that's the whole thing. Whatever you're going through, if you're one of those that's sitting there with a pouty lip and you're being this or that, and you've gained 10 pounds and you're out of shape and whatever, I don't care what rank you hold. If you can't do a forward roll because you've suddenly looked like the doughboy sitting there watching Netflix and eating donuts, and because you can't go anywhere, or ordering takeout every day and not moving your body, that's your fault. That is not COVID's fault. That is your fault. And look, some of you might be offended by this, but hey, you know what? It's tough love. I'm here to tell you that you are the one ultimately responsible for you, your situation, and your choices of what you do with you. The quickest way to pull yourself out of any horrible situation is to first, number one, acknowledge your role in that. And number two, do what you can do at this moment. Don't go, well, tomorrow I'll do this or whatever. Because let me tell you how that works. If you put something off, then tomorrow comes, you're going to deal with the same garbage that kept you from doing it today. So just do it today and you're going to feel better. You're going to start to do more. Every time you address something in a positive way, it further motivates you to do the next thing. And this is my next point. People are talking about what is next. What is next for them in the Bujinkan? What is next for them in the training? And Hatsumi Soke is retired, and this person in this Soke, and oh my God, now I've been doing the Bujinkan all wrong my whole life, and if you're not doing it this way, you're wrong, and oh, buy my books or watch my videos. Look, I'm not putting any of that down, okay? There's some really cool stuff out there, and I applaud the people who have the knowledge and they're sharing it. But everybody's waiting for that magic pill. Everybody is looking for that something, that something that's going to pull them out of what they're in and give them the direction and the guidance that they're looking for. But let's be honest, this whole thing when Hatsumi Soke was actively teaching and people were going to Japan and everything, that it's a fun ride. It's a fun world to live in. But that's not happening right now. And for some people, and maybe this is you, it's like your bubble got popped and now suddenly you don't know what to do with yourself. And honestly, really, this is a warrior art about endurance and survival during times of war. And we're going to suddenly become depressed because of something like that. I mean, look, I have so much love and respect for Hatsumi Soke, and I hope he's around for the next 1,000 years, right? And I'm really sad that we can't go to Japan and we can't train right now, and I don't know if Hatsumi Soke is ever going to make any appearances in the dojo. Of course, that's a very sad, and I'm not trying to minimize that, the impact of that. I know there's some people who are very close to Hatsumi Soke, and I'm not trying to minimize the emotions. I'm just speaking as a martial artist, as a student of the Bujinkan. And that, we have this codependency that we've built. And if you don't know what that is, look it up, because you have to be interdependent. You have to be self-reliant. Not everybody is going to be the person that's going to hold the secrets for you. You already know what to do. If you've been training in this art for some time, you already know what to do. You know how to practice. You know how to work on your health, your fitness, your Junin Taiso, your Ryutai Undo, all those things like that. Work on moving and rolling and walking and practicing your Omote Shido and your, Ichimanji if you know how to do it correctly, or whatever. There's so much you can do. Why are you sitting on the couch watching YouTube videos and worrying about whether or not you can train, or being depressed because you're not training? That is your fault for not training. That is nobody else's fault. You could have no teacher in your area, but you still can do something. And if you're not doing something, that's your fault. So you can't blame anybody. You can't be depressed and blame it on lack of schools, lack of teachers, COVID, can't train at my fancy gym anymore. I can't do this and that. Hogwash. You know exactly what to do. And the next part I want to really address is just this kind of weird phenomena with people talking about whether or not the Bujinkan works, or the effectiveness of the Bujinkan. Look, I thought about this, and let me give you my opinion. I've been training the Bujinkan a long time, decades, right? Now, and I'm not going to sit here and gloat about my martial history. Other people like to do that, but that's not me. But really, I have been in law enforcement. I've been in the military. I've used this stuff in real situations. I can sit here and tell you that it works, but unless you see it, I mean, really, it's my word, right? But here's my whole point on that. Does the Bujinkan work? Well, define work. Okay, does it actually work in real fighting? I'm going to tell you no. You know why? Because saying the Bujinkan works or doesn't work is like trying to say that, that architecture and carpentry build houses. It doesn't. It's a study. You learn that, but it's the carpenter and the architect doing the work that determine the quality of that. So you can train, you can receive all the best training and everything and just suck because you suck. You could receive minimal training and suddenly you're this badass kick-ass guy because you're a badass kick-ass guy. It's all in how you train. It's all in who you train with. It's all in who your source is and where you're getting your information, whether or not you're getting it correctly and accurately. But at the end of the day, it's going to be factored on you. Again, it comes down to you. And that is the whole point of what I'm trying to say here. The whole point that I'm trying to say is stop the whining, stop the complaining, stop the dragging your heels and holding your head low and looking down at your flabby jelly roll around your waist and feeling down about yourself and beating yourself up, pull your pull your britches up, wipe the tears from your face, and take responsibility for yourself. And do it today, not tomorrow. Start now. Don't go out and expect that you're going to suddenly be this rock star like you were 6 months ago or a year or however long when you were in your best shape. Start simple. It can be something basic. Start going for walks, do some push-ups, eat more vegetables, less carby, crappy processed food. Take responsibility for your health, because when you feel good in your body, it affects your mental and emotional state as well. And when you have all of those firing, you're going to be more optimistic and you're going to be more energized to take the next step. Then crack open your old notes and just start looking through your old notes. You know how motivating that is for me when I go back and I just start looking at my old notes and I start thinking about things and I get reminded, oh yeah, I remember that. Now I'm motivated. Now I want to train. And all of a sudden I'm practicing, kicks and punches in my living room. I mean, there are ways you can brain hack yourself to get your motivation back, to start getting yourself back into a functioning training mode that you need to be in. Because if you're going to call yourself a martial artist, then you need to act like a martial artist. And it's not when you go to the dojo. You need to act like a martial artist every day of your life. And the phrase act like a martial artist isn't even correct. If you have to act like a martial artist, you're not a martial artist. You have to be that. Be that martial artist. What does that look like for you? And then live that way. Make your choices. Choices are not always easy. And you can make a choice now, and 5 minutes from now, go back to your old habits and never actually act on it. You can go to bed excited, set your alarm for 5 o'clock. You're going to get up and you're going to go for a run and you're going to do all this stuff. The alarm goes off at 5 o'clock and suddenly and you just, you turn it off and you go back to sleep and you wake up 5 minutes before 8 because you're teleworking or remote working, and you go on and click your computer on when you're still in your pajamas. And I mean, seriously, guys, come on. And ladies, come on, right? We're a warrior culture. The Bujinkan is a warrior culture. We should be taking responsibility for ourselves. Stop paying attention to what other people are doing and pointing fingers and talking about this guy or that guy or what's this person doing or not doing or what they should do. And start looking at yourself and focusing on what you can do now. So, I hope this maybe lit a little fire in somebody. I know there's somebody out there that needs to hear this. Nothing I told you is new. So really, it's just up to you. So that's my input. I've given you my words of advice. You do what you want to do with it. But honestly, at the end of the day, just own your BS and just take responsibility for yourself. You have all my love and support on this journey because I know how hard it is. And I'm not trying to downplay any real challenges in life. I know there's people going through some really serious stuff. And believe me, that I'm not trying to minimize that. But I'm talking to the guy that's just moping, and he really does have control. And she too. I keep saying he, but talking to my brothers and sisters in the Bujinkan as well, equally, that we're all prone, we're all human beings. But really, it's time. Okay, we've been depressed long enough. We've been angry, depressed, frustrated, whatever, long enough. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. So let me know what you think. Throw some comments. Hey, maybe you're going through it yourself. You want to share that. Maybe you have some hacks that helped you. Please share that as well. Again, my name, if you don't know, is Darren Tomas, Bujinkan Ryoko Hikan Dojo here in Roseville, California. And visitors are always welcome. Just shoot me a message and find me on Facebook. Go to my school page. Don't go to my personal page. Just go to my school page. The link is in the About section or the front page of this YouTube channel. So anyway, thanks for following. Please subscribe. And I need more followers, guys. Come on. So thanks a lot. And no matter what, stay happy, stay healthy, and always, I mean always, keep training.